What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Kale coming to you with another game analysis. This time I'll be talking about Game 7, the two greatest words in sports, between the Utah Jazz and the Los Angeles Clippers. I said it will go 7, but I thought it would go to the home team, the Utah Jazz. Wow. Go into LA, into the Staples Center, and they beat the Los Angeles Clippers 104-91. Now I seen a little bit of the beginning, and then I seen a little bit of the tail end of it when Utah was already ahead. So I really don't know much about this game, but looking at the stat lines, looking at the box score from this game, I'm really disappointed in Chris Paul. You played 40 minutes and you only scored 13 points on 19 shots. Had 9 assists. He had 9 assists, but only 13 points. You shoot 6 of 19. I mean, I didn't see much of the game. I didn't see the crucial parts of the game, but I mean, I don't know if it was George Hill or Ingles or whatever, but I mean, Chris Paul's supposed to be the superstar of that team, of the Clippers, the superstar. I mean, you already lose Blake Griffin out with the bad right big toe. I mean, of course that really hurt them. But I mean, golly, I mean, 13 points. I mean, especially after the series that he had a great series. And then the Game 7 that he had against the Spurs last year in the same building. I'm not sure. I think did he score 40? But he had a hell of a game, including the game winner in the end to eliminate the San Antonio Spurs. 13 points. That as a superstar, that's damn sure not getting it done. I mean, heck, I thought I'd never say DeAndre Jordan had a better game than Chris Paul. Jordan had 24 points off 9 of 12 shooting. Obviously, a lot of those are putback dunks and stuff. Let's go, well, not putback, I mean, lob dunks and all that. And then, he actually hit 6 of 15 from the free throw line. Now, I know what you're saying, 6 of 15, that ain't good, but I mean, for DeAndre Jordan, that's pretty okay. I mean, that's pretty average for him. I think he's a 40% shooter from 40% career shooter from the free throw line. To hit 6 of 15 shots, I think that's a win for even him. That's a win for the Clippers itself. But to still lose by 13 on your home floor, that's not very good. I mean, the only other bright spot for LA was Jamal Crawford shooting 8 of 16 from the field, 50%. Yeah, man, really not a lot of help anywhere else from the Clippers. Rivers had 9 points, but he only had 4 of 12 shooting. Spates had 8 off the bench. But but other than that, that was really it for the Clippers, man. I don't know. I just don't know. Utah, I mean, that was just an awesome game from Utah. Obviously led by Gordon Hayward, 26 points, 9 rebounds. Really becoming a star in this league. Like I said, if you watched this last year, Butler, getting that team, a mid-major squad, to the Final Four, to the national championship game, and then coming in one bad bounce off a half-court heave of becoming national champions, of beating Duke. Like, geez, you knew then that he was a special talent, but he came in this series and he really showed, you know, how good that he is and how good that he could be. He even battled a case of food poisoning. Was it game 4, I believe? Wasn't able to play. I mean, but you also had other performances by Utah's role players. You know, the championship pedigree of George Hill. You know, I think he was what was it, the 07? He's on the 07 championship team, I believe. I'm not sure, but you know, learning from Popovich, learning from Duncan, learning from Parker, you know, that helped him immensely in his career, you know, and he's able to come to Utah and, you know, be one of those veteran guys in the locker room, you know, one of those guys that had been in big playoff games before to, you know, help these guys, you know, the young guys learning from George Hill. You know, he's now a leader. You know, back then he was a new guy. You know, he was learning from the best. Now he's leading help leading a young team. You know, big game for him. 17 points, 5 rebounds. Again, showing, like I said, showing that championship pedigree, you know, that he has. And then Derek Favors, long-time Utah Jazz guy, been with the team since 2011. Came up big, 17 points, 13 rebounds. You know, off the bench, nonetheless. You know, just a huge. I mean, just a big-time performance by Favors. You know, and like I said, this young Jazz team, wow, I just didn't expect a series win over the Clippers. And, you know, but they go on to face the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference semifinals. That series will start Tuesday night, I believe. But a lot was being speculated about this Clippers team and where and, like, you know, what the outcome would be whenever their playoff run ended. Obviously, it ends in the first round, not where they wanted to end. I believe the Clippers are maybe not the only franchise, but they've been one of the most unlucky franchises as far as making it to a conference final. I think they're the only team. I think they're the only team in NBA history that hasn't made a conference final. I'm not sure on that. You got to quote me. I'm not counting the Charlotte Bobcats or, you know, New Orleans Pelicans or anything. But well, I guess a team that you know that's been around for so long, and they still haven't made a conference final. It's crazy. I mean, when Chris Paul first came to this team, obviously you remember they had the video footage of Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan in the parking lot, and you know, that's when Blake Griffin uttered the words "Lob City" in a whisper to Jordan, which, you know, took on a phenomenon of its own. You know, a lot was expected out of this Clipper team the last, you know, what was that? Last 6 to 8 years. I can't remember when Chris Paul got there, but it was a minute, man, and they really had nothing to show for. You bring in Doc Rivers. I said championship pedigree. 2008. Sorry, the 2008 NBA championship coach with the Boston Celtics. Made there again 2010. I mean, plus he's also the president. Was he also the president of basketball operations? But yeah, he also has a front office role. And it seemed like every year, the Clippers were always one piece one piece away, and they never seemed to go out and get that other guy. To me, it was always the 3 position. I think that's the reason why they went out and Doc Rivers worked his magic to get Paul Pierce to come to Los Angeles. Of course, that's where he's from. I think it was Inglewood, California. He was born. They thought he could bring his championship pedigree as a player to help out Blake Griffin, to help out Chris Paul, to help out DeAndre Jordan. I mean, heck, that DeAndre Jordan was going to Dallas last offseason before Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and Doc Rivers held Jordan hostage in his own home until he signed a contract, at midnight to stay with the Clippers. I mean, but they couldn't get it done. I mean, they couldn't get that guy. I mean, it was speculation that if Carmelo Anthony waived his no trade clause from New York, I mean, a lot of people believe that the Los Angeles Clippers would be a great spot for him. It would be great for him and it would be great for the Clippers, but Melo never waived his no trade clause. He stayed in New York, and the Clippers were never able to get that other guy to help them. And I think that's going to be the biggest downfall of this Doc Rivers, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin Clippers run. I believe Chris Paul is a free agent. I know Griffin is a free agent, and a lot of people are saying that he should go back to his hometown of Oklahoma City to play with Westbrook play with Westbrook in the Thunder. Do I believe that's a great move? Yes, I do. I really think that's a great move because I just think the Clippers' time has passed. I think their window has officially closed. I mean, usually a team has a 3 or 4 year window, of success before they need to start rebuilding. And I think Clippers are going on year 5, year 6 now. So I mean, if this is the end, and it really should be the end, it was really a sad run for the Clippers. I mean, it was always injuries. It was either Blake Griffin or Chris Paul was out. One of the stars were always out for Los Angeles. And when they were together, they were great. When they were together, they were great. But it seemed like one of those two guys always got injured at the most inopportune time. And again, it happened this year with Griffin going down in Game 3. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people still wonder what it would have been like if David Stern would not have rejected the trade offer that would have sent Chris Paul to the Los Angeles Lakers. Like, I think that was the year before Paul went to the Clippers, and that was when a super team was frowned upon. And a lot of people still wonder what it would have meant for Chris Paul's career if he would have went to LA, if he would have played with Kobe. I think that was also back either before or during LA's back-to-back championship run in 09 and 2010. But yeah, Chris Paul still one of the greats still without a championship. I mean, you can go down the list: Charles Barkley, John Stockton, Karl Malone, Gary Payton. All those guys, greats, NBA Hall of Famers that didn't have a title. It's no doubt that Chris Paul's going in the Hall of Fame one day, but I mean, it sure would be nice to have a ring on one of his fingers to close out his career. But that's going to do it for this video, man. Hope you guys enjoy. Again, Utah goes on the road and does what not many of road teams have done in NBA history. They win Game 7 over the Los Angeles Clippers, 104-91. Thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to hit that like button for more. I appreciate everything. And if you're watching this video, I wish you nothing but positive vibes only. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.